Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood. I have an online business where I sell wreaths, lantern swags, and bows. I sell it on the Etsy platform, and tonight we are going to be making a beautiful summer wreath with these gorgeous coral hydrangeas. I'm really excited to use these. So welcome, come on in and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love if you'd let me know your first name and where you're watching from, because sometimes TikTok doesn't tell us who exactly I'm talking to. So let's get started. First, we are going to be making a wreath on a grapevine base. This is an 18-inch grapevine. You can find these at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Lots of retailers sell them online. Hello, Stephanie from Northern New Jersey. Oh, I'm so glad you caught me live. Yeah, I really enjoy it because you guys chit chat with me and that makes it fun. So it's not just me talking to myself. So we have an 18-inch grapevine wreath base. Beautiful coral peonies. These are gorgeous. I wish that I could find some more. I'm going to try to find some. Hello, Linda from Baltimore. Thanks so much. So we've got our coral peonies. We're going to pair them up with this bush. So these coral peonies came from Michael's last year. Sometimes they have the same florals again, but I don't know. These were from last year. They were $7 a piece, and I've got 3 of them. This is a bush that they currently have this year from Michael's. It's a really big daisy bush, lots of different flowers, different colors, a really pretty color palette. Let's see. I'm going to try to find the price on this. Came from Michael's. $20. This was $20. Hey, Nancy from Idaho. Welcome. Did I say the wrong word? Those are coral hydrangeas. Sometimes I misspeak and I say the completely wrong word, so please forgive me if I did do that. So this daisy bush came from Michael's. $20. They have it this year. I think I got it last year, but they have it this year too because I just saw it in the store. I also brought over these wild allium. Look at that. I got these from one of my wholesalers. They are beautiful, aren't they? Look at all the texture in it. These little bobbin, little like seed heads. Super, super pretty. Hello from Louisiana. Okay, so that's the florals that we're going to be using. Next, let's talk about the greenery. I pulled a bunch of different stuff over because I never know what I'm going to use, and I don't want to have to jump off the camera to go find them. So the first thing we're going to start with is my most favorite ficus leaf stem. So this is a ficus leaf. It is plastic. I love the color. I love the visual space it takes up. Just one of my most favorite things to use. So you made a wreath for the first time during COVID and it grew into a little business. See? You can do it. It's super fun. So we're going to start with ficus. Next, I have some plastic ferns. Love the color on this. Very, very pretty. I've got some bead grass. Some people call this round tip grass. I call it bead grass. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. And then I've got this super funky seaweed looking stuff. It's a fern. It's plastic, but I love the color. So we have all of these different things. So we have 3 to 4 different types of greenery that we're going to use. We have our focal flowers and our coordinating flowers to go with it. So let's get started. Oh, I forgot to turn on my hot glue skillet. So this is my hot glue skillet. Let me see if I can pull it over. Sorry, I'm going to have to unplug it. Everyone always asks about it, so I know I need to, oh my gosh, show it to you guys. So this is a hot glue skillet. It is simply a very small electric skillet. You can purchase these on Amazon. My favorite one died. I bought a cheap one. It was awful. I bought this one. This is actually the same one that I had the very first time. If you want to see exactly the one I got, click over to my profile and there is a Shop Like Ashley at Amazon button. And you can find exactly the one that I recommend that I love so much. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Let it start getting warmed up. People always ask, what temperature do you leave it on? I turn it on high to begin with. And then if I see it smoking or if it gets too thin, then I turn it down just a little bit. It's a kind of a, you have to like figure out your hot glue skillet to find the perfect temperature. These are the glue sticks that I use. These are Gorilla Glue sticks. They are fantastic. All I do is I just open up the bag, take the glue sticks, and throw them in the skillet, and they melt. I never clean it off. I don't keep the top. I heard someone say today, because I love watching wreath makers too, someone said today that they do keep the lid, and they put the lid on it because it helps it to heat up more evenly. Now I'm kind of wishing I'd kept the lid, but it's too late. It's gone. So let's get started with our greenery. We're going to green the wreath to begin with, and that's going to develop our line so we will know where everything is going. This is my wreath stand. Everyone always wants to know about my wreath stand. This is simply a lightweight art easel that I took from my little girl. She got this in an art kit one Christmas, and I needed something to hang my wreaths on, so they kind of hang up here. It's perfect. It was free. I'm all about free. You can see the children have decorated it with stickers. So yeah, favorite thing. I have it weighted down in the back with a 5-pound weight. Took from one of my children, one of the boys. It just works good for me. I've thought about buying a big fancy wreath easel, but I haven't done that yet. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I appreciate them. Here's our 18-inch grapevine. It is big. This is going to be a very big wreath. Oh my gosh, I forgot about my most favorite part. Bow on live a couple of days ago. Let me unhook it. It is so pretty. Look, isn't that gorgeous? So this is going to be the wreath bow that we will attach to the wreath. You love my shirt. Thank you so much. I got it from Walmart because we love Walmart. I know I don't really love Walmart, but I like to go in there first thing in the morning after I've dropped the children off to school when there's nobody in there. It's awesome. So that's my favorite time to go to Walmart, when it's just me and the sweet older ladies that work there in the morning. It's my favorite. Here's my ficus. I stretch and bend the stems because it just makes it easier to cut. I like to do things efficiently and cut multiple things at once. Here's my heavy duty wire cutters. Get some of these. Don't get the cutesy little pink ones from Hobby Lobby. They don't work. Get good ones. These wires in the Florals are very tough. And the older they get, the harder they are to cut with. So I'm thinking I need to replace these soon. So I cut them off into little bundles like this, and I set them aside. Let me cut this top part right here. I really think it's important that you get the most out of your supplies, your floral greenery, your florals. We don't want to waste anything. Definitely don't want to waste anything. Okay, so let's get started. My glue is almost ready. It's pretty fast. So if it gets too hot, if it starts to smoke, I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. It's not an exact science, but if it's too hot, it gets too runny and then it will burn, and I don't like to be burned. Here's what it looks like. Just a little bit of honey. Give it a stir, and let's get started. It's going to be a crescent style wreath, so I'm going to be covering it from here all the way down with a beautiful ginormous bow right here. I always start at the top of my wreaths to green them. And I just take my stem and dip it in the hot glue. Easy peasy. So my story is I am a kindergarten teacher turned wreath maker, turned small business owner. I taught in public school and in a private church preschool for over 20 years. I loved it. I was really good at it. But it came to the point where I wanted to make more money than my sweet little church preschool was paying me. Not want to go back into the public school system because that is a hot mess. Didn't want to do that. I was already making wreaths. So I sat down with my husband and we talked about it. And I knew that if I could have time, like full time to work in my business, then I could really do something awesome. And it's really grown a lot. It's crazy how much it's grown. Almost a little too much where I'm like working a lot, but that's good. Thank you. It's been fun. I really enjoy it. So it's just me and my sweet dog, my little workshop dog. Her name is Millie. We work up in the room over the garage of our home. So I am in the house all day long, me and the dog. The children are at school and we just do our thing. You can see the line that I am making. Move it back just a little bit more. Yeah, she helps out as much as she can. She really does. She actually trips me all day long because she is always up under me. Okay, there we go. Now I have some more pieces that I'm going to add in. I'm not going to fill it in all of the way. In fact, this is looking a little much. I'm just going to leave it and see how it goes. I really just want to put like a background, just the back of where I want the florals to go. How do I secure them to the wreath? Well, out of shot of the camera, there is an electric glue skillet and it's full of hot glue sticks that have melted. And all I do is dip my stems into the hot glue, about that much, and put it in the wreath. Okay. Just going to go all the way around. I'm going on the outside of the wreath. I love the color of this ficus. So this is something that I do have to get wholesale. And to purchase wholesale, you need a business license. But if you are selling wreaths, you are in business and you need a business license. You like over the top done? Yeah, me too. I did find a better grapevine. Okay, here's the saga with the grapevines. I have been ordering Michael's Pro Pack of grapevines for a long time. And lately, they have been awful. Some people like them, but they just didn't work for me because they were too clean. And I know that sounds silly that they were too clean, but they were too clean. Like there were no sticks or grapevines for my florals to stick to. And it was just a hot mess. So I got frustration in my heart. And this one actually came from Hobby Lobby. Our Hobby Lobby had grapevines and they were pretty good. They're, none of them were perfect. Don't ever think that you're going to go and get like the perfect grapevine because they're not perfect. But these are pretty good. I was happy with them. They did have some leaves in them, which is okay. Here's what I do with the grapevines that have leaves in them. I take them outside and I whack them against our brick house and it knocks the leaves out. You got 2 boxes. I think I'll paint the ones from, yeah, you can paint grapevines. Those would be great ones to paint because they're very clean, really clean. Yeah. Am I making Mother's Day wreaths? This is not a Mother's Day wreath. This is a summer wreath, but it could be used for Mother's Day. I do have a couple of wreaths. All of the spring and summer wreaths make fantastic gifts for Mother's Day. I even have a couple of floral arrangements that are really pretty. I need to make my mama one. All right, so we have our background of ficus. It's going to be a crescent-shaped wreath with this much of the grapevine showing. Now let's add some fern. I like this fern a lot. Thanks for following me. I really appreciate it. So I have a TikTok where I give wreath tips. Show me going shopping, all that fun stuff. Today I posted one because I get so tickled. Every time I do a TikTok, I do the closed caption so that people who are sneaking at work can read what I am saying. And whenever I say the word wreath, it spells it R-E-E-F, like reef, like in an ocean, reef. And I cannot make it say that I can't make it spell it the right way. And I just get so tickled. Like, I'm doing the best I can, but do I ever make my own wreaths to decorate? Yeah, I finally made my own wreath to go on our front door. We hadn't had a wreath on our front door since Christmas. It's pretty sad. I'm adding the fern, just sprinkling it in and out. I kind of bounce around, so I'll go from here to here to here to here and make like a zigzag pattern as I am working. Dipping it in the hot glue as I go around. This is just making a base for the florals. So who else out there makes my wreaths are top notch? They're top notch wreaths, I swear. I have jacked up some messages using that talk to text thing. So who else is a wreath maker? Am I using a regular glue? No, I am using Gorilla glue sticks, heavy duty Gorilla glue sticks. Well, I think Gorilla glue sticks are all heavy duty, but it's my favorite. Oh, you do? So do you make grapevines? There's a couple of different wreaths that people make. I have never learned how to make or work with deco mesh. So it kind of intimidates me, to be honest. I was watching someone today because I love watching people make wreaths. It's like relaxing. You just bought a building so you can start back? Oh, awesome. I want a building. I say I want a building, but I probably don't want a building. You made a fall grapevine once. Yeah. I love making fall. Fall is one of my favorites. So that was one pack of the fern. I'm going to add a second on the bottom. You're a professional florist. That's awesome. Your own wreath maker. You have your own business. Love using grapevines. Me too. Grapevines are my favorite. You've done both. So you've done deco mesh and grapevines. So today I was watching someone and she made a beautiful over-the-top wreath. And it was a grapevine, but she added deco mesh to it. It was fantastic. It makes me want to go buy some deco mesh just to see if I could do it. Beautiful. She made a fantastic bow. Oh my gosh. We all have our own techniques, right? And hers is just phenomenal. So while I make orders during the day, I usually watch people make wreaths just like you're watching me. It is a stress reliever. Am I self-taught? I stumbled upon wreath making one night on Facebook. There was this fantastic lady making wreaths, showing people how she was making wreaths. And I have had a DIY blog for years and years that I started when my children were little. So I had made some wreaths, you know, like for myself, you know, just really simple little wreaths to go on our front door. And when I saw the lady making wreaths and she had her own business, I thought to myself, I can do that. So I started. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And then the next thing I know, I had opened my own Etsy shop. Friends and family started buying from me. I'm so appreciative to my friends and family that started out my business by supporting me and purchasing from me. And then the next thing I know, I had people buying from all over. So it's pretty awesome. I ship all around the United States. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. We have the ferns mixed in with the ficus. I am in South Carolina too, Paula. Welcome. I am right-handed. It's hard to come up with like a place to take videos so that you guys can see what I'm doing, so that I can see your comments. So I'm still working it out, you know. So yeah, I am in South Carolina. We are right across the river from Augusta, Georgia. Augusta is where I go shopping at Carolina Pottery and Michael's, because we don't have one in my store. Thanks for following. I appreciate that. All right, so we have our grass. Let's add some of that too. Let's add some of this. This came from Hobby Lobby. It was $10.99. I can get it at my wholesalers, but this came from Hobby Lobby. Conway, that's awesome. So my son, my oldest son, is thinking about going to tech school in Conway. Small world. He's one of those that's always put it together, taking it apart, put it together, taking it apart. So he is going to learn how to take it apart, put it back together to get paid instead of tearing our stuff up. Hey, Lancaster, South Carolina. I want to go to Sims. I buy from Sims all the time, but I have never been. But I really want to go because I love Sims. You have to have your resale license to go there, but they are, I love them. I buy a lot of stuff from them. She knew I was right-handed because you make them on the other side because you're left-handed. Yeah. So what I like to do with this bead grass is I need to decide if I want to keep it all together on one stem or if I want to cut it in half. I usually cut it in half to make two separate pieces. It makes your greenery go far. How much is a wholesale license? It's just a business license, and you have to check with that with your state, okay? You got to look that up in the state that you're in. It's called a resale license here in South Carolina. So do your due diligence. You have 3 foam form wreath. What can I make with them without melting with hot glue? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that because I have had those too, and hot glue melts styrofoam. It really does. You wouldn't think so, but it does. Uh-oh, what did I do with my little piece? Oh, here it is. I'm so soft-spoken. Okay, so were you here when I said that I was a kindergarten teacher? So just imagine me with a room full of like 22 5-year-olds. Very soft-spoken. But the quieter I got, the quieter they got because they knew that they were in trouble. All right, so let's keep dividing up our bead grass. I'm just cutting it in half to make 2 separate pieces so that I get more mileage out of the greenery. And I'm just bouncing it around, trying to place it evenly. I will go back and add more after I put the florals in. I like to get the greenery in and then add my bow and then add my florals. It's just the way I do it. That would be pretty. if you wrapped fuzzy yarn. That would be really pretty. And then you could probably glue like a small flower or to it. YouTube, girl, look it up. There's someone else that has done that. How do I keep it in place? How do I keep what in place? Or are we still talking about the floral foam? I don't know. It's very tricky. I had this beautiful greenery wreath that I loved. I had it in the fall. I put pumpkins on it, but the base was styrofoam, and it like fell apart, like down the middle, cut apart. How am I keeping the greenery in place? Okay, so I am dipping my stems in melted hot glue. There is a hot glue skillet over here, and the wreath is on a stand. I hope that answers your question. All right, where am I going to put this? I am making this for a friend of mine who has a beautiful home decor blog, and she wanted lots of greenery. Her back porch is decorated with like rusts and corals and teals, which is where the blue in the bow comes from. So once I get this made, I'm sending it to her. How often am I live? You can tell I was a teacher. I don't have a set schedule. I need to have a set schedule. The spring has been super busy for me. So I've just been barely keeping my head above water, getting all my orders out. But I need to set a schedule. So what time is best for you guys? Is the night time best? I'm here during the day by myself, so there's no one, you know, calling mama or working in the kitchen. Can you hear me? My husband's making dinner for us while I work. So what time is best for you guys? Do you like the nighttime ones? Or is like midday, afternoon okay? This is what happens all day long in the classroom. Yeah, girl. All day long. Everybody's always interrupting. So my last teaching job was at the sweetest private church preschool here in town. And it was 4-year-olds. And listen to me, if I can teach a 4-year-old how to use a pair of scissors, I can teach you people how to make wreaths. Because that is some tricky business. Right now I have a free bow tutorial. If you go to my profile, there is a link for a free bow tutorial. You can learn how to make bows like me. Easy peasy. It's a video tutorial. Okay, so let's see what we got so far. Lots of people in the evening. Yeah, nighttime is best. Okay, so lots of different greeneries. Lots of dimension and depth to it, okay? That is really pretty, just like that. Next, I want to add my bow. Now, I made my bow a couple of days ago on a live. It is so pretty. It is using the same technique as the bow tutorial that I have available for you guys to download and watch. Go to my profile, click through the links, free bow tutorial. It's the same thing. I do not make bow by hand. I use an easy bow maker. Let me show you what that is. I have this in my Shop Like Ashley Amazon link in my profile. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Love, love, love the colors. So here's the bow. Here's all the flowers. So pretty. Okay, so let's attach this. So on the back of the bow, we have pipe cleaners, and all I'm going to do is weave them through the grapevine and twist it tight on the back. I'm going to place it way down here in the bottom because I want my streamers to hang down. Oh, wait. Sorry, I got to do this step first. At this point, after I add my greenery, I always flip it over and look for any really big stems that are poking through the back. And I just take the flat edge of my wire cutters and trim them up. And I'll look to see if any of them are really loose. I don't want anything loose. Okay, that actually looks really good. All right. Hang it back up. Now let's put on our big, beautiful bow. So this bow is, oh goodness, 16 loops. It's really pretty. This is the style of bow and the style of wreath that is one of my best sellers in the Etsy shop. People love it. I think they love it because it's pink. It is so pink. We love some pink. Okay, so let's see. Let's make sure it's where I want it. I'm gonna pull it down a little bit. And I'm just twisting it on the back. Now, I'm not pulling it super tight. Are people willing to pay $100? Oh yeah, yeah, they are. If you have a beautiful product and you are able to take great photographs of it and you have a good listing, people are gonna find you, and yeah, they will pay more than $100 for a wreath. Now, locally here in town, not so much, and that's okay. That's why I have an online shop on Etsy. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone and stop fiddling with it. Let's hang that off the edge. Next, we're gonna add our focal flowers, which is these gorgeous things. These came from Michael's last year. I've been really wanting to use them, so I was so happy when Susie wanted to use this color. It's gorgeous. Let's see. So I'm gonna put one here, here, and I think here, if I can squeeze it in. I'm trying to decide if I should keep the leaves on. I think I'm just gonna take them off. I can always add them back. It is really hard to get that price locally. It really is. And that's okay. They're just not our customers, and that's fine. Our customers are on Etsy. I'm gonna leave it about that long. I like to keep my stems really long because I want them to pop off of the grapevine to give some dimension. Give it a little bend. The first one I'm gonna place right here, pretty much on top of the bow, and it will make the bow pop out a little bit. Let's clear it, dip it in my hot glue, skillet. Listen, there's a lot of things that you can buy for wreath making that you may or may not really need. There's been a couple of things that I haven't bought because I thought I don't really need that. But a hot glue skillet is life-changing because I don't get burned when I use it. I just dip my things in and pop it on. So here is that one. Let's add, I have two more. Cut the tag off. I'm gonna keep my really pretty leaves because I can add them to the wreath, or I think I'm gonna keep that one on this time. I can add them to the wreath later, or I can use it to back the back of my wreath. Now you're gonna notice something that I just did. So sometimes these, where the leaf was, there was a little nubbin. I just always cut that off because it might get caught on the grapevine and I don't want it to. Let's give it a little bend. I like that leaf. I wish I'd kept the other one on. Oh well. I'm gonna place it about Let's move it down some. About right there. Dipping it in my hot glue. I'm gonna sink it down in the grapevines, and I'm gonna hold it exactly where I want it. I saw them too. Okay, so someone says yesterday I saw a teen guy making wreaths, and he was in high school. He is phenomenal. That's awesome. Listen, there are enough doors in this big wide world that we can all be wreath makers and be successful. So we have 2 here. Now I really want to put one right here. I hope I'm going to be able to make it fit. My bow is so ginormous. It's taking up a lot of real estate. But I love it, so I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to take this big leaf off and set it aside. Here's the little nubbin that I was talking about. I just cut that off. You don't need it. Keeping it long. Yeah, you can do it. I love all the hearts. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that.
High life, people.
Okay, and one of my teenagers just popped in. He's probably looking for food.
I am. When is dinner going to be ready?
Okay, Daddy is cooking dinner. You should be a helper. When you drive, you look at how many doors need wreaths. Yeah, no kidding. Hey. Okay, so the last time I got a comment that was, hey, it was his friend. So his friend is probably on here. Hey. All right, let's place this one right down here. Lifting up my bow to make sure I have a spot for it. And I'm going to slide it in the grapevine. Oh, yeah, that's really pretty. Oh, love it. So pretty. So I want it to be up against the bow, but not crowd the bow too much. And we've got our tails hanging down. Now let's add some of this goodness. So this is a huge bush that I got from Michael's. It was $20, and it has pretty daisies. What if I forget to put the bow? You don't have to put the bow on there. Okay, it's the patriotic wreath. Yes, it is. And there's only one left. I've already sold several. There's one left. I'm trying to see if I can get supplies to make some more. I am going to cut all of these off just to make it easier on myself. I like to spread out the pieces or the stems and just cut them all off. If I don't use all of them, I'll just set them aside, put them back in my stash. So I am in the old playroom in our garage. So it looks like Hobby Lobby has exploded. Actually, it's really neat right now because I cleaned up. Where did I get my greenery from? So the ficus came from a wholesaler. The plastic fern came from a wholesaler. The bead grass came from Hobby Lobby. And that's all I've used so far. The beautiful coral hydrangeas came from Michael's, and this bush also came from Michael's. Lots of it came from Michael's. Which is funny because I don't have a Michael's in my town. It's really sad. I kind of wish that I did, but then again, I don't. So I'm going to divide them. I have these really pretty little coral buttercups, maybe. I don't know the names of flowers very well. I just know what looks pretty together. So I've got these together. Got a bundle of these. I've got these pretty kind of yellowy, creamy white daisies. I like the greenery on them. That's really pretty. Let's separate all this out. Okay, so all of this. I like to separate them because I want to put them evenly in the wreath. Hello, Scott brother, welcome. And then I have my really pretty little cream color daisies. Very, very pretty bush. All right, so let's get started. Let's add these. These are the largest of the bunch. So I'm going to add these next. Michael's does have some great florals this year. They really do. But it's so funny. I went to Michael's earlier this week, and I just get so overwhelmed when I get in there because they are so pretty. And you know, I'm trying not to like spend so much money. I need to use what I have. Like I said, it looks like Hobby Lobby exploded. Cutting it long. Love the grass and the leaves. I'm just going to keep all of that on here. And I'm going to begin to add this. Just like with everything, I kind of bounce around zigzaggy. All over. And I only have 4 pieces of this. So we're going to have to be really diligent about where I put it. Because I'm not opening up another bush. That's the thing. Whenever I open up another bush, it's more for the customer. It's more expensive for the customer. So let's tuck this one right in here. Kind of going at it diagonally. Pretty. Okay, 2 more pieces. I always keep all of the tags so at the end of a project I can add up how much I have got in it. And I usually just keep it, this is for my last project, I usually keep them in that or another little cup just to see how much it all is. I definitely want to go all the way up here. I didn't glue that first one. Yes, I did. You took my advice and got some electrical wire cutters. Game changer. I need new ones. These were my stocking. And they're getting kind of dull. So I need to go get some more. I found some on Amazon that I really like. So I might just order those again. How do I price my wreath? Okay, so here's how everybody always wants to know how you price your wreaths. So here's what you do. Okay. You take all your little tags that you've saved and you look at the actual price of what it was. Not that I got it 70% off, the actual price. And you total all of that up. Okay. So right now we've got 21, 31, 51. That's just in those tags, $51. I take that amount and I times it by 3, and that is my price. That also includes shipping. Okay. Now, when I first started out, I thought there is no way anybody is going to pay that much money for a wreath, and I wasn't very sure of myself. So I priced it like, I started off 2 times the amount of the total. And then I got a little bit better, and I priced it 2.5 times the cost. So you just have to work your craft, get better. But I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? I love those pretty white daisies. Yeah, know your worth. Know your worth. It takes me an hour and a half to make these some days. Really. My husband thinks there's no way it takes you that long. Yeah, it does. I've timed myself. So, know your worth. Okay, so we have these cutesy things. They're almost the same. I like these. Let's add these. These have some of the yellow, some of these white daisies. Let's put these in here. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. We all have these questions. We really do. We've all asked these questions. Goodness knows I have asked some questions over and over and over. You know, how do you ship things? Where do you buy the boxes? How much is that supposed to cost? You know, all the things. Super cute. Let's add some more of these just to bounce this color around a little bit. And thank you for following me. I really appreciate it. Let's have one over here. I like looking in the camera when I'm making wreaths, because I can really see if I've got it even. Like I need some white right here. That is a great trick. So if you are a wreath maker and you're looking at a wreath and you're thinking, I don't know if it's ready, if I've put in enough, take a picture of it and then look at the picture and you will see exactly what you have missed. When I was decorating rooms for the blog, that's exactly what I would do. I would take a picture and realize, oh my gosh, that looks awful. Isn't it pretty? She's gonna love it. Okay, one more. Put it down here. I really do like these bushes. So this was a $20 bush, which is really pricey, but you know, you can always get it, like if you wait, you can get it half off. Thank you for saying the design is beautiful. I appreciate you so much. Okay, let me part the waters so I can slide this in without getting burned. Love it. Okay, let's keep going. Now we really just have a whole bunch of this prettiness right here. And I have these leaves left. I'll wait till the end to decide if I want to use them or not. So I'm going to do something a little tricky. I'm going to take off this little cheapy leaf. I'm going to pull off some of my bead grass and then add it to this stem. Let me cut it just a little bit. So I'm adding the bead grass to the flower stem, just like that, because I think that'll be really pretty. And it'll fill up this area some more. Lots of texture. Very, very pretty. Let's do it again. I'm going to use those pretty, and that's so cute. I might have to buy another one of these. They have these right now at my local Michael's, and everything's 50% off. So I might have to buy that. I buy a lot online, sight unseen, and then I get it in and I decide, do I really like it? Is it worth the price? Can I make it work? I want to keep my flowers like level with each other so these aren't sunken in. They're all pretty level. I'm worried about running out. Let's take the cheapy leaf off. Wait a minute, aggressively, David. You work for Michael's and the spring florals are going on sale 60%. Thank you. for telling all of us that. You got another order. Well, maybe you should wait until Sunday. Go on Sunday, girl. That's the thing about Hobby Lobby. Do you know how many times I've rolled up into the Hobby Lobby parking lot and then realized it was Sunday and they weren't open? It's like going to Chick-fil-A. Our Chick-fil-A is closed, by the way, because they're doing renovations. And our poor little southern town, they don't even know what to do with themselves. Let's take both of these off. Yeah, only try to buy things on sale. Mama, me too. Ma'am?
I'm going to ride my bike.
Okay. So that was our third little Greenwood. We have 3 children. There was our little girl letting me know she was going to go ride her bike. In and out, all the time. Thank you for saying you've learned a lot of things from me. I appreciate that. I have learned a lot from watching others. Like I said, that's what I do a lot. And watch Netflix. I watch Netflix and other wreath makers while I'm working all day long. Me and the dog. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so, oh my goodness, I only have 2 of these left. And I've got to balance it out. Oh my goodness. Maybe I will have to open up that other. Oh no. Yay! I forgot about these. Let me make sure I don't have any more hidden. Okay. Whew. I was getting worried. So I need to put one right here because I can see that's looking really dark in the camera. She will have to love it because I'm her daughter. I made the wreath you taught me, but I forgot to put the bow. Which wreath did I teach? Which one? Tell me about it. Something always does fall on the floor. Listen. It is very quick. It is very pretty. Are you making this the fullest it can be? Pretty much, yeah. Because I really want a lot of depth in the wreath. It's going to be on her back porch with all her other prettiness. And I want it to be really one that has lots of greenery and pink flowers. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. People love pink flowers. Oh my goodness. All right. So the wreath bow was made with 1.5 inch wired ribbon. You gotta use wired ribbon, okay? It's really important. If you don't use wired ribbon, it's not gonna stand up as good. Your bow loops are not gonna pop like you want them to. I'm still adding this little sprigs of grass to the stems of my flowers just to take up some visual space. Thank you for saying it's beautiful. I really love it. Do you hear that? Where do I go to look at the other wreaths that I've already done and purchased? Thank you for asking. So in my profile, if you go to my little picture, my little circle picture, there is a link with several different buttons that'll take you to several different places. And one of them is the Etsy shop. You can check out and see what things I have ready to go. I need to teach others my craft, the best wreath maker so far. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Margaret Mary. I appreciate that. You were so sweet. Like I said, if I can teach 4-year-olds how to hold a pair of scissors and cut, I can teach you how to make a wreath and a bow. Okay, let me step back and really look at it. I need something right here. It's really dark right there. you always need to put something around your bow to support the loops, but not crush it. That's kind of a tricky thing to learn how to do. All right, one more. Let's see. Right there. Take this off. I'm out of bead grass too. Sad. I don't want to open up another thing. How is this bow different from the one in your tutorial? It's really not. The only thing different between this bow and the one in the tutorial is the tails are longer and the loops are a little bit bigger. That's it. It's the same wreath. It's the same bow. It's the one that I make over and over and over and over and over. Let's push all of this to the side. All right, guys, what do you think? Super pretty. I love the colors. I have one wedding and 2 baby showers. Always a gift to my grandkids. I love how you cut out the sharp edge. Me too. Okay, so now let's make it fancy. This is called Wild Allium. I got this from Carolina Pottery. It was $4.49. It is a whole bunch of stuff. So let me take my price tag off and set it aside like the other ones. And I'm gonna separate it just a little bit. Now, I have to admit, I do not like things that are wrapped in this paper. It's a little tricky to work with the glue. But I love the texture. So I'm just ripping it apart and setting it aside. Having things that are like branchy like this really will take your design up to the next level. I'm pulling the whole thing apart. These kind of look like billy buttons. I think they're called billy buttons, not belly buttons. So listen, my TikTok today, I try to post one every day. My TikTok today was, I can't get the closed captions to spell the word wreath when I say wreath. No matter how I say it, it's always R-E-E-F. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right here. I really want to spread this out all over, okay? Thanks for the rose. I appreciate that. Okay. Where am I going to put it? Let's put this one right there. I do have one expensive wreath tool that I bought for myself that I debated on, do I really need it? And I love it. Let me get it. Let me figure out what I did with it. So this is a steel picks machine. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was over $200, and I really debated about, do I truly need this? It's $200. Seriously? Game changer. It's about like the glue pot. Seriously, it's that. Phenomenal. Because it's great for my arrangements. So you got yourself off of eBay. How much did you pay for it? I bet it was way cheaper than what I got it for. All it does is it puts an extremely sharp steel pick on the tip of your florals. $70? Girl, You were lucky. That's awesome. And it works and everything. Good for you. So I'm going to dip this in the hot glue. This is extremely sharp. It will cut you. It has cut me. Be very careful. Here we go. All right, so got that in. What do y'all think? Do you like it? You got yours at a yard sale for $5. Hush, hush. Do I recommend E6000 in addition to Gorilla Glue? No. What would you use the E6000 for? For signs or something? $5 at a yard sale. Well, you are fantastic. Okay, so I don't like the paper stuff. It drives me crazy. That's another reason I love my Still Pix machine. Oh, drat. Did you see me pull that off? Hold on. I gotta fix it. There we go. Let's put a Still Pix on this one. Still Pick. On here. Gonna give it some life. Move all of your pieces around, but don't tear them up like I did. Your husband was like, oh, okay, yeah. Mine was like, you paid what for what? That's what mine was. Let's put this at the bottom. I'm gonna lift this up. It is so big that I know it's hard for you guys to see. Wait a minute. I don't like it there. Let's try again. I'm trying to get it right up under my bow. Oh, this one's coming off too, y'all. Wait, I gotta fix that. I definitely don't want that little piece to fall off when she gets it and hangs it up at her house. That would be embarrassing. It's really hot over where you live and the flowers tend to fall off the wreaths. Use the Gorilla Glue. I have yet had anyone say that my flowers have fallen off. Yet. Why are you gluing some and not all? I'm gluing all of them. I'm dipping every stem into my hot glue skillet, which is right over here, okay? I would never put florals in a wreath without gluing it in. This is something right here. You're welcome. The prettiest wreath you've ever seen. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Okay, let's divide this up a little bit more. I really just want this piece right here. Now I'm going to use every bit of that because I don't want any left over to have to find something to do with later. There we go. So someone was saying that she moves like a ninja with the glue pot. Yeah. It's just right out of your view. It's right there. I know you guys can't see it. So I'm dipping it in. So someone was saying that they have a wedding. Are you making flowers for the wedding? Because today I got asked to make bridesmaids bouquets for one of my niece's wedding. And I am flattered and excited, but scared. So I don't know. She wants something really kind of funky. Thank you. She wants something a little funky with some pampas grass and a little out of my wheelhouse for what this is. So I don't know. I don't know about it. I'm debating. Well, first I have to see if I can find the flowers that she's really liking, because they don't have that at the Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Maybe Michael's. Maybe I should check at Michael's. All right, so I am just gonna put this around the perimeter of the wreath. And I'm going to use every little piece. Let's pull this off. Oh, thank you. That would be a lot. She's got 7 bridesmaids. Oh my gosh. Make sure to post that. Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. So her aesthetic, which is a new age kind of word to me, her aesthetic is like pampas grass, cream, rust, burgundy, navy, and gold. Sounds beautiful. But I don't think the Hobby Lobby is going to have all that stuff. But they might. It would be a lot. Yeah, it would be a lot. But I don't think she wants me to make her bouquet, which is fine. I think that they're going to get a local florist to do that. Which I'm like, that sounds great, because that sounds like a whole lot of pressure. Okay, this piece right here is too much. So let's trim it up. A little bit too much. And let's add it with another piece and a steel pick. Those colors do sound stunning. They really are. So she's getting married in November, which is football season, and my husband's like, that's football season. My God, hush your mouth. We're still going. I'm going to tuck this right here. Okay. Let's see. Got a bunch of little sprigs over here left. I don't like this paper wrap stuff. It just kind of bothers me. So what's one thing that you have bought yourself lately that you probably didn't need? I bought myself, what did I buy myself off of QVC? So I'm a little bit addicted to QVC. I watch it when I drink my coffee in the morning. And I just bought myself something, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I know what it was. Jean shorts. Because it's getting really hot here. So, bought myself some jean shorts. So what's the last thing that you bought yourself that you really didn't need, but you wanted it anyway? And do you watch QVC? All right, guys, we are almost finished. I promise. I just got to use up a little bit more. Oh, I got one more. Where am I located? I am in South Carolina, right across the river from Augusta, Georgia. I taught school all over the state except for the Low Country, which is Charleston, and the Upstate, which is like Spartanburg, Greenville. You love QVC. You used to watch it with your grandmother. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's mindless. The last thing you bought was another wreath. That's awesome. QVC is like mindless entertainment, you know? It's not the news. Good Lord. It's not the news. Let me move this so you can see. So I need to add some more right here. Your parents are from Gaffney. I know where that is. think it's such a small world that I can be on TikTok and find people from South Carolina. So who else used to think that TikTok was like dumb? You're a QVC queen. Yeah, me too. So my children, my teenagers, my boys, they used to like run to me with their phones and go, Mama, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. You love QVC for the clothes. Mm-hmm. The news gives you anxiety. Yeah, girl, me too. I don't need to know. Facebook is my news channel, and I don't even like Facebook. So when TikTok first came out, my teenage boys used to come running at me with their phones, and they would shove their phones in my face, and they would say, Mama, this is so funny. You gotta watch this. And it was just stupid. And then I started using TikTok for my business, and I love it. Oh, shoot, it didn't catch. Hold on, I gotta do that again. Sometimes when you're using the steel picks and it just doesn't catch good enough, so I made it a little bit fatter, so it's gonna catch this time.
Okay.
She's outside riding her bike. Tell her that dinner's ready.
She's outside riding her bike.
It's a Friday night fry fest. So we have like fried chicken and french fries and all that good stuff going on downstairs. And I am going to eat it as soon as I'm finished. I need something brighter. You see how this kind of like dips in right here? I might need to go back and add some more greenery. But I definitely need to add some of this. They do dangerous things on TikTok. Yeah, they're stupid. I don't watch those people. Oh, yeah, they send you TikToks and wait for your reaction. Yeah, we're all about the dog videos. All right, guys, I think I'm done. Let me take it off so you can see how beautiful that is. Hold on, there's something on here. There we go. This is a big wreath. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. I love the bow. This is going to be decorating Susie's back porch. Look at the colors in that bow. I like when you shake it, it kind of moves a little bit. Look how thick it is. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to send it to her. It would look good on my front door. And my front door is red, and lots of things do not look good on my front door. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for... Could I get a wreath like that with a full circle? Yeah. I'd have to look for the hydrangeas, but I can pretty much get everything else. A lot of people ask me that. I get questions all the time on Etsy. Can you make this wreath a full circle instead of a crescent? They ask to change the bow up. Can you take this out? Can you add that? And usually I can usually do it. Saw a TikTok with a lady who bought a wreath and some bird's nest with eggs. Listen, they had that at Michael's. Oh my gosh, I need to do a TikTok. I need to do another live showing you all the goodness I got from Hobby Lobby. They're after Easter sale. I got a little bird's nest. It's super cute. All right, everyone, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for following and for giving me those hearts and for sharing. I would love for you to follow me so that you can see my latest TikTok videos about wreath making, bow making, lots of florals, where I shop, and some silliness every once in a while because I don't make wreaths. Have a great night and have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everyone.